everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Shanika. On this channel I do lots of guitar teaching, all the beginner basics of guitar, and I also play some songs to you guys, also teach you some songs, everything. And if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video and learn some new stuff with me. This video is going to be all about chords, as said in the title. I'm going to be teaching quite a number of chords throughout different videos, so I'm going to dedicate this video to 4 unique chords, and then I'm going to do 4 new chords in the next one, and then until I've just kind of covered all the basic beginner chords, just so it's not too much of a long video. That being said, let's get started. Guitar is back again, and I'll just run through the chords that I'm actually going to be teaching you guys, and a little bit more information on the frets, as I said in my first video if you watched it, when I was talking about all the body parts. And I did say when you're going to be playing chords you need to understand the frets and all the strings, but I will recap a little bit just in case you guys have forgotten, so you guys don't need to go back to that video. I'm going to be teaching you guys 4 different chords. It's going to be the D chord, the G chord, the A chord and the E minor chord. I'll go through these step by step. I'll even bring you guys close up to my guitar so you can see where my fingers go, and you guys can pause the video, rewind and play it for yourself, and then just go at your own pace really. But yeah, before we start with the actual chord learning, frets are really important when it comes to learning chords. Frets are numbered. This is the 1st fret, this is the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th. We're not going to go too far, that's really advanced. We're not going to go all the way up to the 8th fret, but we're just going to stick to the 1st one. 1st and 2nd actually. Yeah, we're going to stick to the 1st and 2nd fret because that's like really beginner friendly. If you recall from my first video, you'll remember that I told you that strings are also numbered, so that I'll be using a lot of that language today. The E string, I'll be calling that the 6th string. The A string, I'll be calling that the 5th string. The D string, I'll be calling that the 4th string. The G string, I'll be calling that the 3rd string. The B string, I'll be calling that the 2nd string, and the E high string will be the 1st string. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So take a look at your guitar. Make sure you know what I'm talking about. Rewind if you didn't understand, but make sure you're looking at your guitar and you can number the strings and you can also name the frets. That being said, let's start learning the chords. So our first chord is going to be the G chord, and I'm going to bring you guys close up so you guys can see exactly where my hand goes. But this is how it's going to sound like. What you're going to want to do is take your middle finger first and put that on the 3rd fret, which is 1, 2, 3, the 3rd fret of the 6th string, which is your low E. You want to put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. You want to be putting your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and you want to put your pinky, your last one, just right next to it, on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So it really should look like that. My fingers are a bit wonky, but it should look like that. And then you have this sound. Go back, rewind, and just keep practicing that. This obviously does use all 4 of your fingers, but it is one of the most basic ones, and it's one of the most used chords when you're learning songs. Like, all of them literally use G, so it's quite important to know this one. I'll just play it for you again so you guys can hear it sounds. Now for our 2nd chord. Our 2nd chord is called E minor, and this is a really nice easy one with just using 2 fingers. For this one, you only use both of these fingers, your index and your middle one. So what you're going to do is put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, so over here, and then your middle finger right next to it on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and that's it. That is E minor. And with those 2 fingers down, it should sound like this. For our 3rd chord, it's going to be called A, and you use 3 fingers, and it's these 3, and I'll just show you guys how to do that one. One thing I like about this one is that these 3 fingers are right next to each other as well, so it's really beginner friendly. You're going to put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, your middle finger right next to it on the same fret, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then your ring finger is going to be right next to your middle finger, and it's going to be on the 2nd fret as well, but on the 2nd string this time. So this is how it looks. And once you have those 3 fingers down, it's going to sound like this. Now for our final chord, is going to be called the D string, and I will just bring you guys close up one more time so you guys can see how that looks. This particular chord uses 3 fingers as well, but it's a little bit more tricky. But this index finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Your middle finger is going to go, it's just going to jump 1 string, and then it's going to go on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then your index finger is going to go on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's how it looks. It's like a wee triangle shape. Once you have those 3 fingers down, it's going to sound like this. I'm going to play those 4 chords in order so that you guys can just hear how it sounds together. Done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a very helpful video for you. The next video I will cover more chords. I just feel like if I did it all in the one video, all basic chords in the one video, it might be like a bit overwhelming and a bit long as well. And I like to keep my videos quite short so it's not like too overbearing and like you get bored watching it. So I think keeping it to a good like 6 to 8 minutes is good for a video. But that's all for me, guys, today. If you really like the content, please hit the subscribe button. It would be lovely to have all your support. And I will see you guys in the next video.